Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of
Boys, Booze, and Blood.
I'm Beto Lozano, aka the Beto 00.
Hey.
This is Bert, aka the Last Elm Street Brat.
Meow.
This is Alan, Circus Murder on Instagram.
Ooh. And this is Vel. I'm Velfornia13.
This is George, Just16X.
Yeah.
And today we're talking about horror TV shows.
Ow.
We decided to talk about this because obviously with the season coming, Halloween coming, we were remembering how we grew up with such good horror shows and now it's become a mainstream thing. And I feel like our generation had a lot to do with it.
Well, we definitely did.
I think so.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you guys think that is?
The influences, like with Stranger Things right now, how Stranger Things is so focused on what used to be like in the 80s. I'm sure they'll probably do something in the 90s eventually. But they just took such good marketing points of what made it good, and they just made it for our generation, or the new generation.
Nostalgia is a lot is a word I hear a lot now.
It's a big thing,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's good that they can focus on so much nostalgia, and they can bring that out to the 2017 and then 2018 and on and on and on to show you what was good once upon a time.
Yeah, I think social media has a lot to do with that. Our generation got the opportunity to live in a world without social media and enjoy all those good old TV shows, and then had the platform to talk about them with social media and hit younger generations or maybe older generations that can catch up on stuff like Netflix and Hulu and stuff. It's just out there for everybody, and people see how they like it, and now every studio wants to have a piece of that pie when it wasn't that big. People had to beg basically to get their horror made.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think a lot of people even realize that, nowadays you kind of lose the fact that you can be creative and make new things that people haven't seen, whereas back in those days, without social media, you were left to your own devices and had to create things that people were not used to seeing on TV.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And now you can connect to all those people that have the same interests as you.
The one thing that I definitely was disappointed with is social media and just technology having such an effect on so many films and so many TV shows that it loses the control. Like in Scream, the entire opening of the Scream TV season was all about phones.
Oh, okay.
And, turning on the music with your phone and doing this and Instagram, all of that stuff, and it just did not make it as scary as you would want it to be.
That's where
the
this new
suspense was
horror
gone.
is going for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, yes, there were moments in Scream when they would get text messages of the killer sent a video and stuff like this, and that was kind of cool. But when it came to now it's being posted on Facebook, and now everyone on Facebook can see it, and everyone now knows your shit in business and everything like that.
Yeah.
It just it took you away from it because it was getting too involved with too many people.
And you lose the sense of anticipation as well. Nowadays you get movies that leak online way earlier than they were going to ever be released, and you hear about scripts that were written and now have also leaked online, so you know that movie is not going to come out anymore, or that TV show is not going to be made. And back in the day you had to wait and find out when things were coming and be able to watch them unfold before you week by week.
Yeah.
To be honest, stuff did get leaked back in the day as well. You just had to know where to look for it.
Not a lot
It
of
wasn't
people
so
have it.
easily
Like
accessible.
everybody has a phone now.
Yeah,
everybody.
absolutely.
So it wasn't as, but yeah, it started definitely 2000s and stuff that they started leaking and stuff, but it wasn't as worldwide as it is now.
Yeah, when Scream 3 leaked, all
Yeah.
the endings
Exactly.
or whatever.
It kind of reminded me of
Scream 2
Unfriended
script.
in a way. That's why I couldn't watch it.
Unfriended?
Yeah, because it's I didn't like Unfriended to begin with because the whole movie was through a FaceTime type chat.
I like
Skype.
And
I liked it.
Skype.
I don't know.
liked
It's
it
just
too.
I can't take
I
it
heard the
seriously.
second one's
It's
really
just
good.
it's
There's a second one?
There's
coming
it's coming
out.
out,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
Nobody
the
knew
same-
they
I heard
were
it's a really good
recording.
found footage.
Really?
And we forgot to take a shot, guys.
Oh!
Shot to
cheers.
episode 11.
Episode 11.
Disgusting tequila.
Girl,
I don't really want this.
I don't either.
I just chug my...
Put it in your drink.
Oh, it's vodka.
I'm gonna put in my drink.
It reminded me of Dumbass
God,
Tea.
it's
That's the
not
problem.
even
We've been
half a
drinking
shot.
since Halloween started.
since
So-
Halloween started.
I do have a question for all you guys.
Yes.
As you guys may know, the horror genre has always been looked at as the ugly cousin of the of the industry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Ugly Stepchild. Why is it now that big studios want to take a chance with horror when it pertains to television?
We made it big.
We
Well,
made-
not we, like us, but you know, like our generation, like I said, had that input in social media and stuff, and like you say all these movies are good, and then you got all these people like, oh shit, they are good, like they're agreeing, and they're like, it's becoming a bigger and bigger community each day. And back then it was a little more quiet, and now everybody wants a cut of the cake because it's doing so well because people like it. And now it took them so many years to realize that now like they like it. Like you can't really go wrong even with a bad movie or a bad show. People are
Right.
still gonna watch it.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, it goes back to being what you said with it, being nostalgic. You have to look back and be like, all the major franchises, other than maybe like Nightmare on Elm Street, all were kind of slow burns, and they've had a long career of building. And especially with our generation picking up on those movies, and we get to be nostalgic with it, and it brings new people into the genre every day. So I think they finally realized, like, hey, we have to take them seriously because they've made us a lot of money.
There's a market.
Even though it might have taken a little bit,
Yeah.
they've still made great amounts of money for the studios.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny to see like how many like 80s celebrities or 70s they become famous now because of those movies.
Yeah.
Like Mark Patton.
Yeah.
He became
Nightmare on
huge.
Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street 2, yeah. Huge. I mean, within the community itself.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, it took
it's become-
years and years, and for him to realize that he had that title, you know.
Yeah.
Right, the Scream
A
King.
male scream queen.
Yeah, male scream queen.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's kind of special.
Yeah.
George, what are some of the shows you grew up watching?
I mean, everyone can remember the Munsters. I mean, that was a great show to watch, like Addams Family. But I would catch the reruns, like Nick at Night.
We'll catch the reruns.
Well, because I'm fucking young. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
Yeah,
none
I
of us
know
are
what
old
you
enough.
mean.
None of us
I
are
know.
exactly.
I used to watch the
Airing.
Monsters and
But
Addams
I mean,
Family.
even watching like just the beginning intro, it's like it as a child it was still kind of frightening. But it was like when you hear the laugh track of it, it's like it's not supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be like a satire,
Yeah.
you know. And but even the makeup was good. Like it was black and white, which I think any sort of horror movie in black and white is scary to me. I don't know why. I just feel like if it's in black and white, it's a more frightening factor to it. But I don't know. I liked it. It played upon the old Universal monsters. You have the Dracula. You have the Frankenstein. It was a good
It's
formula.
what Stranger Things was.
But why is
Or
it
was trying
that
to do.
Addams Family, the TV series, had, you know, a cartoon, we had feature films. Why have they not tried to adapt that in modern? They try to adapt the Munsters in modern with 13
Mm-hmm.
Aren't they
Mockingbird
rebooting it?
Lane,
though?
and that
Oh,
sort
wow.
of...
Huh?
They're
that's-
rebooting it.
that's
I
sort
think they're
of- that
rebooting
sort of
the
failed.
Addams Family. I heard that.
No, the Munsters. They're trying to redo a new
Oh,
show.
one of
I don't
those.
think it'll ever work.
No,
I don't think so.
Because
think
that
so.
wasn't a time where it worked, and that's just iconic. And
Yeah.
The cast for the Munsters was
The
just
cast.
an iconic cast.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like they've tried to recreate it, and it's never worked in their favor. The only one that has actually worked was the Addams Family, and even that's only worked on special occasions.
Mhm.
The movies outside of the original TV show are that's never really sold. That's always been canceled within the first season,
Mhm.
except maybe
Yeah.
the cartoon.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
did a series,
Definitely.
didn't they?
They did do a
did.
series, and it
Yeah.
didn't do well.
That was
But-
only like a season, no?
Yeah, but that's like you can't
Like on ABC Family.
you can't
Yeah.
place different actors in such iconic roles
You
that
can't
people
repeat the
are so
chemistry.
used to.
why do you think people with, let's say, Robert Englund and Freddie,
Yeah.
it's hard when someone's
Yeah.
done a role that's that long?
Exactly.
It's just
iconic.
sometimes it just fits and that's it. You know
Right.
what I mean? And it's hard to see someone else in that role, and sometimes they don't fit the role.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of luck or whatever.
It's kind of like trying to, do a remake where you're trying to recreate the same sentiment that it had once upon a time,
Yeah.
and you're just forcing it too much
Yeah.
that it becomes unbearable. It doesn't work. It doesn't.
I personally love the Addams Family. It's just like the humor and the dynamic in the family. Everybody has their own personality, like really marked. And it carries on to the 90s movies, and maybe if they're trying to remake now, like as long as they keep that sentiment and that humor, like I'm sure it will work. Once they try to go like add their own little spin to it, that's when it doesn't work. Because why mess with something that's good?
Right.
Why just fucking follow the recipe? Because it worked for you last time, so don't try to add your shit on it.
And then also, like, just, like, the society we live in has changed so much since those shows were first aired on TV. Going back to the 50s and stuff, like, you didn't have horror on TV. You didn't have horror in movies. You literally had, like, a midnight showing on some random TV station with a horror host or hostess.
Vampira.
Like Vampira or
Iconic.
Elvira,
Iconic.
if you want to go there, even though she ripped off Vampira.
She did. Well, I'll give credit where credit's
But, like,
due.
20
She ripped
years
But
off-
she,
later, no?
yes, but she, at the same time, they were trying to revive the Vampira show, and Mila Nurmi didn't want to do it. And they
Missed
had to come up.
opportunity there, girl.
Well, not only did she not want to do it, they didn't really want her to do it either. So they then found Cassandra Peterson and knew that she had this character, and then offered her that.
Again,
position.
luck. Like they found
Yeah.
her. Like
Yeah.
she's now iconic. She's still working. She's amazing.
Definitely.
She's like everybody.
And
loves
she looks
her.
good for her age.
She
man.
looks
Wow,
amazing.
she's still doing the tassel with a titty. Like
Uh-huh.
amazing.
Oh, I
I can't
know.
wait
Like,
to see that next week.
But
I fucking hate you.
look, hey, we're not going to talk about that because it's very upsetting.
I'll bring this
Bring me a picture.
She'll be back.
But
Heads up, guys! This
Probably.
Friday the 13th, they're doing an Addams Family Marathon, 5 a.m. to midnight, on the Antenna TV.
Oh.
on Real People TV.
On
Real
Antenna
People TV.
TV or no?
No, on Antenna TV. Like, you have to have an antenna
Yeah.
on your TV. George
Channel
is like, what's
Channel
that?
5.2.
I'll
Channel
just-
5.2, Addams Family,
I
5
don't watch
a.m. to midnight.
PBS, okay?
That ain't PBS, girl.
Anyways, we're gonna go back to the later years of the horror TV.
That's the
Wait.
best years of the TV.
The middle ground, where like
Oh, yeah.
shit like Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark and X-Files and Buffy,
Buffy.
and Twin Peaks and all those good shows that are used
90s.
like come on, it's just like people who from the 70s are gonna say the 70s are the best. We're gonna say the 90s because we all grew up in the 90s.
Yeah, that's right.
That is our shit, and no one can tell us otherwise.
Yep.
Did you see any 90s shows, Bert?
Oh, my recollection. The only show from the 90s that I watch to this day religiously and I actually give a shit about is Buffy. X-Files, Goosebumps, that's all childhood. I honestly, those are all just memories. There's certain episodes I still remember from Goosebumps.
Shit you would watch while falling asleep or something.
The Haunted Mask.
Yes, the best one.
Yes.
I like the dummy one.
Oh, Night of the Dummy.
Night of the
That shit was
Dummy.
scary.
Are You Afraid of the Dark? I don't remember watching that one at all. I think I've never seen
I
that one.
remember it was scarier than Goosebumps.
It's way scary, surprisingly, to be on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
I was in love with their group name, the Midnight Society. I thought it was so sexy.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It's
was
not no
definitely
voice.
Is that
It's in blood,
copyrighted?
though.
I'm just kidding.
Copyrighted, yeah.
I have to say my favorite 90s show, or I guess it wasn't like that's later. Damn it. I was gonna say So Weird, but that's
No,
definitely, like,
that totally
Yeah.
goes in there.
was it the 90s?
Yeah,
was
I
it
think
like
it's like
98?
2000.
Like,
Let's
early
say,
2000s,
let's say,
early
yeah,
2000s.
it's there.
So Weird was such a good Disney Channel show.
Was that with Mackenzie Phillips?
Yes, it was.
Okay, I remember
yes,
that,
she
a
was
few
the
episodes.
mom.
Yes.
So then that I just thought it was brilliant the way that they trademarked this girl who was so into the supernatural that all this fucking shit just kept coming up, and just it was awesome. It was brilliant.
You guys, these shows were on Nickelodeon. Like, how ahead of the
Disney.
time? Disney and Nickelodeon.
Disney,
like, those kid
Nickelodeon.
channels, they had the best horror shows for a
Yeah.
generation. And how ahead of the time is that? That you don't
Yeah.
see that shit now.
Absolutely.
You don't go to TBS, ABC Family, and Disney Channel. They don't have anything like that.
No,
right now.
not like that. But they also dealt with a lot of like adult issues, and I
Yeah.
remember some of the
Mature,
episodes in So Weird. It dealt with death, and it dealt with
Drugs and alcohol.
Oh, it dealt with her father who was not there anymore.
Abandoned, yeah.
And it was adult. It was
Yeah.
very adult, and you sat there and you watched it, and you were terrified, but at the same time, there was so many underlying layers to it that it was beautiful, and I really wish Disney would release it.
Do you have a
Not
favorite
going to.
90s show, Alan?
I mean, well, being a fan of like the early 50s and 60s TV shows for horror, I loved when they brought the Twilight Zone back. That was amazing to me.
The revamp?
Yeah,
It was pretty good.
it was pretty good.
With Forrest Whitaker?
They did it really well.
Yeah.
And the X-Files has always been like a big TV show to me.
That's coming back.
They
Season
have already
11.
had the.
They come back every time they want. I love that.
They literally came back with the revamp miniseries thing, and I fell in love with it again.
I remember we watched it, and I remember being kind of blue-balled. Like, it was, the expectation was there, because I didn't like that show until Alan showed it to me, and I saw all the episodes, and I loved it, and I love UFOs, and I love the dynamic of I want to believe, and she's a doctor, so she can't believe, because she's been taught that, no, it's about science and shit.
Right.
But then it came back, like, all this, the movies were good, I even saw the movies and everything. The anticipation for this last time that they came back was so big, and I feel like it didn't go anywhere. It was 6 or 10 episodes, right?
Yeah,
six
episodes.
episodes. Nothing happened. Like, the best episode was episode 2, and then nothing. But now they are coming back.
Well, see,
Hopefully
that's why they did that.
they'll wrap
they
it up
didn't
in
tell you that they were going to come back.
They're
with
gonna
a
wrap it
season
out in a
after.
bow, because Jillian already said that's it. Like, she's done with
Well,
it.
She's done after this?
Jillian just said she's done.
Yeah,
Really?
She also said that about the
I don't
one
think
that
she's
they
ever
just
said
did. They
that.
said that they weren't going to do any more after this.
Really? I feel like she's always open to it.
But it's like, what else are you doing, girl? You might as well
She
keep
has like
making
3
money.
shows on Netflix.
And
She
she
had
was
the
on Hannibal
Fall
for a bit.
The Fall, Hannibal. She had a few shows
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
But it's like if you work on a TV show that's so iconic like
Yeah.
that, and your career can still keep going for that TV show, why would you want to ruin it?
or
and
your
tell
career can
people
go down
no?
because it's so this is like such an
That
iconic
guy.
show, and you're not delivering. So
Look at the Supernatural guys. I feel like that they've been on this show for 13 years
13,
now.
oh yeah.
I don't feel like, I don't know where their careers are gonna go after this.
No.
And that's from just a marketing standpoint. Like, are they gonna become big movie stars? No.
I think
But
they
they're-
tried.
I
and
think
they
they're set
couldn't
for
really get their
life.
footing. Like,
I think they're set
Yeah.
for life. They're gonna do appearances all
Oh, of
over Comic
course,
Cons
of course.
for the rest of their lives. So
Yes.
they're set.
They're set.
They're good. Even like a lot of I know I don't watch the show, but a lot of the horror community does, and they've been keeping up for 13 years. I don't think it's going anywhere. I don't think
think it is
they're
either.
excited anymore. But they're working, and I think they're set for life because of the horror community that is so passionate about going to these conventions and paying for them
Yeah.
for a hug or a picture stuff.
Absolutely. Of course.
George, favorite 90s show?
It's gotta be.
2000?
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Scary.
'Cause it was-
that was like a mature Goosebumps.
But you know what used to freak me out? That fucking Jester blue yellow motherfucker. Every time I would see that episode, I'd be freaked out because it's just like the laugh, the makeup. For a kid show, it was fucking freaky. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
There was a
and
clown
you would see
episode
and you would see
too.
different stories and everything. Like I don't know. I would have many memories of that. I would have dreams of it. Like I forgot there was something about an Asian girl and snakes. Like I don't know.
I'm
what
sure
that
there was a
Something
bunch of weird
about an
ones.
Asian girl and snakes, and that used to freak me out. Besides that gesture, I was just like, that was good. I mean, Buffy's iconic. Cause,
Do
like,
you
would
watch it? I don't think I've never
I've
talked
seen
to
it
you
all.
about, but
I don't.
You have?
I don't rewatch because it's whatever. But like, when it was on UPN, I used to watch religiously because
Nice.
it's like
Shout out to the Parkers.
Yeah.
that was so good.
Oh
No,
my
because I
God.
love the saga when Buffy came back, Willow turned bad, and you see she lost her shit because what's her name got shot.
Tara.
Yeah,
Fuck Tara.
and
Spoilers.
oh,
it was
Oh my god, if you haven't seen that
30
by
years
now,
old.
then
I
you
know.
deserve to have it spoiled.
I'm sorry. There's no more. Spoilers is a thing now.
yeah, I don't care about
Don't get me
spoilers.
started.
If nobody from the group has seen it, I care.
Right.
If
Y'all motherfuckers
sorry.
are out.
Yeah,
Sorry.
sorry. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about because we're gonna talk.
But I
about
mean, what I loved about Buffy was Faith.
Mm.
That was my favorite. She was my favorite character.
I think that's why season 3 is my favorite. It's because of Faith.
Because
Faith
of
was my
Faith,
favorite
like,
Slayer.
It's good.
Season 3 is definitely the
best.
The best
Yeah.
season.
That club scene. Oh, my favorite.
Sex.
No, I love the
It
season
was
finale.
just like.
I don't
Oh
know.
yes, but no, the fight before that,
Oh,
like
yeah.
the season finale is good, but the
Yeah.
fight with Buffy and
Faith
Faith,
was so good.
damn.
Well, it's just like Charmed, that was their best season too, and that
Yeah.
was the season that they
The third
fucking
one.
killed off fucking.
I stopped watching after Prue died.
Really?
Even though I love Rose McGowan, I have never seen a Rose McGowan season.
At all.
The early
I
ones are
stopped
good.
once Shannon died. I stopped.
How about Callie Cuoco?
Kelly Cuoco, and there was another girl. No, they were sisters.
Yeah.
I hated that season. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
That was the last one, no?
Anything after the third season becomes hokey, and they delve into the
It was
fact that it's not
good.
just about witchcraft anymore.
Not with Buffy.
No, it
Buffy
became
kept
too much.
consistent, and as the seasons progressed, it just got better and better. That show just means a lot to me. I have a tattoo on my. I have a tattoo on my ankle because of that. I don't get tattoos. I fainted with the second one.
Did you
That one
guys,
was
did you guys
worth it.
watch Angel?
No.
No.
I never
No,
watched
it was more
it.
mature. It didn't have the witty writing of the second one, and I was younger, so Buffy was all about mixing the demons of high school kids with the demons in like the demon world, obviously.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
just it was just
Angel was too
iconic.
serious.
Angel was too serious. It was more mature. It was if I would have been like 3 years older, I would have gotten into it.
It was like a
probably.
romantic type thing. For
Yeah.
the ladies at
Crossovers?
night.
They did a few crossovers. Buffy was on it like twice. Willow was on it. Oz
Faith
was
was on it.
Faith was on it. There was a whole Faith angle, and then after she finished the
I liked
angle
it.
on Angel, she came to Buffy
I was able to switch
again.
teams.
Yes. No, but it's just Buffy. There's an episode where the mom dies, and
Oh, that's such a tough one.
like it's
No,
there's
the
so,
body?
Yeah, the body. It's just.
Even Sarah says that's a hard episode.
It didn't have one single monster on that episode, but it was just terrifying.
Yeah.
Because it got you thinking, and the scenarios and the writing is so good, and Sarah was so good, and everybody, their acting was so good, especially on that episode. But like that show in general just like means so much to me, and I can talk about it for hours.
I mean, Joss Whedon just has an amazing way of writing shows, anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, because like Hush is probably
Oh.
one of the only TV show episodes I've ever seen that actually may have terrified me in a way that I've ever been terrified before.
Yeah.
And to just watch an entire episode with no like talking at all, no
Yeah.
script other than action.
And the actors all said that when they heard that it was a silent episode, they thought it was going to be the easiest job ever, and it was actually the hardest
Definitely.
episode to film because it's so timed, and to get the emotion right without saying a fucking word,
Right.
and communicating without saying, it was just like hard. And then there's a musical episode,
Exactly, I was just about to
which
mention.
I'm gay and everything, but I'm not about musicals. You know, I'm not like it needs to be a really. It needs to like make sense, the music with the lyrics and everything for me. But a Buffy musical, I was like, no, like this show has lost its marble. It's the episode I rewatched the most.
Yep.
I have a VHS copy of the pure musical. It just makes sense, and it's like sad and funny, and then there's action in it, and there's songs that
And the
make
well
sense.
music was
written.
good.
Bitch, me and Alex showered together, like listening to the soundtrack of that episode. Like we're like singing to each other, like it's
And we
it's
will
bananas.
walk through the fire.
Okay, no. Okay, we need to change the subject. Which
So we
brings
covered
us-
Buffy.
Yes.
Buffy's been more than exposed.
Listen,
But that
listen.
brings me to my thing is what I was going to say is everything before the present days, horror TV shows were never outwardly scary. Everything was always like kind of hint, hint, nudge, nudge, kind of scary, or like always horror elements but with a comedy side twist.
Yes.
Nowadays, we're getting things like The Exorcist, which is fucking terrifying.
Amazing.
It's such a good show. If you haven't watched it,
Amazing,
go
amazing,
check it out.
amazing.
The first season is so good.
Falls
Gina
right
Davis.
Second season just started, but it's different, but it's still got the same feeling.
Gina Davis does such an amazing job in reprising her role as
Yeah.
Reagan.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert again, but it's definitely fucking worth watching.
Fun.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna. I could have a whole episode on Buffy, and I will not apologize for that. No, which brings us to 2000 like horror shows,
Yes.
like Scream Queens and American Horror Story and Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead and
Harper's Island.
Harper's Island. Can we
Yeah.
please talk about Harper's
We
Island?
do need to talk about Harper's Island because I feel like it's one of those underrated shows that no one saw. That
No one
everyone-
talks about. I
Everyone
don't see
should have
anybody
seen.
Talk about.
Everyone should have seen that. It's what American Horror Story was back in the day if it caught on.
Yeah.
Because what they were planning to do was they were supposed to do the first 13 episodes were in its own mystery.
It's a murder mystery.
Murder mystery.
Right, like a girl dies and they're trying to figure out who.
No. It's a serial
It's,
killer.
yeah, it's like they're having.
Okay,
Tell me
yeah.
what it's about. You
So
wanted to talk.
Harper's Island, there used to be it's obviously an island, a very small population, and there was a murder once upon a time where this guy just went around and fucking killed everybody, and he killed the now main girl's mother, and she's coming back to the island for the first time in forever for her friend's wedding.
Yeah, a whole wedding party.
And everyone's coming back, together, and as soon as they get on the island, the murders start again. So it's 13 episodes, and each episode there's a new person that dies.
Even more than once sometimes.
Yeah, even more than once. And every episode is awesome because it's titled the way that the person dies. Like crack,
Plush,
sploosh,
bam.
It's so awesome.
Cool. It's
so
so cool.
awesome. And so
it's graphic.
Right. And what they did smart with it is they gave you online, they gave you like a checkoff list for every character. Yeah. So every week you cross out the person.
Who done it.
It's like a slasher murder mystery. It's so good.
It was so much fun. The kills were fucking great. Yeah. And if that caught on, it would have been American Horror.
Yeah.
What American Horror
Story. Yeah, it's like a different murder mystery every season.
Every season would have been different.
That would have been so... like Harper's Island, guys. It's on Hulu, apparently. Watch it. It's so much fun. Slasher.
What year is it?
This was 2005,
7?
7 or... Yeah.
2007. It was when I first moved here, so it was like 2007.
2008, I believe.
What network?
Oh God, I don't remember.
It was on the ABC, some bullshit
ABC?
like that. One of those regular ones.
I think it might have been. But there's what? Oh my God, there's
Katie Cassidy's in it.
Yes, Katie.
Christopher Gorham from like Popular and Ugly Betty.
Katie Cassidy's sister is the lead girl.
That's not her sister. Katie Cassidy.
No, you're right.
Katie Cassidy's the girl that's getting married.
Elaine Cassidy.
Oh yeah, they have the same.
Yeah, they have the last name, but they're not related.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
She's the main girl.
Yeah, the boy from Cry Wolf is...
There was some really cute boys.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Really cute.
But, like, all the kills were really awesome, and once it gets towards the end of the season, the characters that you love, they go through so many twists and turns in such tragic, just, events.
Did you see the killer coming?
I did not.
Me either.
No.
Me either.
The first time watching it, I was like, holy fuck!
But then I was like... Oh, it makes sense.
It makes sense, yeah.
It's so stupid.
But, like, once you think about it, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's fun show, guys.
It.
Watch it, please.
Worth it. I mean, people's jaws get ripped out, like, fucking, they get shot in the face, and there's blood splatters everywhere.
They get torn by, like, boats.
And this was ahead of its time for fucking, like, a normal...
It was. If it was today,
network.
I feel like it would have been better.
Mm-hmm.
Way better than a Scream, or way better than Scream Queens.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if this was going to be American Horror Story, like, what do you think that they had that American Horror Story doesn't have right now?
Celebrities.
Everything.
Celebrities. No, I just feel like it was...
Ryan Murphy.
I feel like sometimes American Horror stories get convoluted, and they just, like...
Yeah.
They have a hard time following one narrative.
I have beef with it, that's
and then,
why.
like, they, like, go into 5 different places.
Maybe what's about Harper's Island that didn't stick was maybe people didn't want to have a murder mystery. I mean, if you look at American Horror Story, there's something supernatural with each season.
But see, the earlier seasons were good because they have that horror aspect. I feel like later on, it kind of just lost its way a bit. Like, I have not seen...
Do you feel it's more... I feel it's more style over substance.
It's style over substance because, like, the later seasons, it just...
I think Hotel was style over substance.
It did, but then this one, too, kind of like the... What is it? The...
Cult? I love Cult.
Liberals, whatever it's called.
I think it's called
Roanoke. It's too political. That's the problem. I'm just like...
I haven't seen
I don't like it.
I haven't seen
I mean, I don't have anything against the political aspects, but...
It's just,
like,
it's going to
they've all
popular.
progressively lost that key element of the central storyline. Murder House was strictly Murder House with some elements thrown in.
Asylum
but
was
all
great.
involved
Hell no.
Coven I thought was the best one because I felt like Coven was the most... It was centered on these women, and it followed these women, and that was it. There were no side stories. There weren't any of that shit.
I love Coven. My only problem with Coven is that it wasn't scary. I think Murder House is the best of both worlds. No, Murder House.
Murder House.
The first season was the best of both. It was scary, and it had like there was some witty dialogue and stuff. You were gonna say something?
Oh no! I said I wanted to see Coven. I haven't seen past season 1.
You haven't seen Coven? It's worth it.
I think
like,
Coven's worth it.
Murder House and Asylum have the horror elements. Coven is where it was more like sort of starting to get a little bit popular because that's when I saw a lot of people starting to watch, and it was more pop culture in Coven.
The
But
gays
then-
brought that shit.
Oh, the gays brought that shit. Exactly. No, Kevin was.
Yeah.
It was probably most
Damn,
popular
Evan
because of the
Robert
gays.
fans. Emma Robert fans.
I know,
She
but
was such
like
a bitch. We loved her.
after that, like I don't know, like this new season, I don't know. Roanoke was just like it was trying to do those, trying to go out of the TV like New
Documentary
Nightmare
and-
style, like
Oh,
talking
Did
about.
you like Roanoke?
I
love
liked,
Roanoke.
yeah, I liked Roanoke because it was like the reinvention of the.
It was
the
original to
series.
me. It was original.
They did it
season.
completely different than anything they had done previously, and
It was scary.
It
I thought it
brought
was
people
scary.
back to it being like that thing of making a new show basically every time that he did it. Whereas the past
Mhm.
the new one that's on now and Freak Show
Freak Show
and
was horrible. I
Asylum
never
were
watched
just mishmash of scripts that he probably had laying around or something.
Freak Show had like the first 3 episodes of Freak Show were good, and then it went like
Because
off the walls.
Twisty.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
My least favorite season is Asylum
Is
because
it? Aliens?
they not
There was
only aliens,
and
there's
demonic
mutants,
possession
demons.
and mutants.
There was there was a musical number that about like the
Racism.
I like the
Racism.
musical number.
it does not go on Asylum. No, like no.
Oh, and then her sordid past is like a dominatrix in
Yeah,
Germany
it
missing
was
her
crazy.
legs.
They threw everything but the sink into that.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I felt like the first season and the third season were the most concrete seasons
Yeah.
where they focused on one
I
thing.
agree, 100%.
Like Freak Show, I just watched the trailer and I didn't even bother because I'm like, they're gonna try to focus on too many of them. And they're
Yeah.
just gonna be all over the place. Like, who the fuck cares?
That's where it started getting like style over substance.
Right.
Like the Freak Show and the hotel with Gaga. That was style over substance. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
She did
I haven't
good.
seen it. I mean,
Okay, no. Well, then you're not a Gaga fan.
She's
What's
actually
up?
good in
I'm
it.
not
She's
that-
actually
actually
really
really
good.
good. I'm
It's
not that
good in
big.
it.
She's
It's
got Gaga.
just
Roanoke, right?
Huh?
She's in Roanoke.
A little
Yeah.
bit.
For like an
A
episode.
little
She's,
bit.
no,
Oh.
she's like here and there, but not like a
She
major
like-
role. She barely
she was
talks
like
in
a
it.
deep-
I heard she was good in it,
She's
but
like
like
a
I didn't
witch.
give it the time of
She
day.
was the princess of Ireland.
Just because
Yeah.
Gaga's in it
What did
doesn't
she
mean I'm
win
gonna
the
give it the time of
Grammy
day.
for? Or
The-
a Golden Globe? Was
for
it
Hotel.
Hotel.
She did good in it.
She
I'm
did
not
really
gonna
good in
lie,
it.
and
I'll
she
give her
looked
that.
amazing, but the season was styled over substance.
Yeah.
It's like,
Definitely.
what was that shit about? I have no idea what
Wasn't
the
it like
storyline
vampires
It was
in a
very
hotel?
LA.
It was well, yeah, it was very
Kind of.
Wasn't it like
yeah.
the Hotel Roosevelt? It was based
Yeah,
on?
it was.
Yeah.
I liked Evan Peters' role in that because he was like H.H. Holmes, and he built a hotel and he murdered a bunch of
Basically,
people.
it was like serial killers, pretty much.
Yeah.
Was the
Yeah.
entire.
Oh my god, that episode with the serial killers,
Yeah.
that was the best
That was a
episode.
good one.
Yeah, that was
With
the best
Richard
one.
Ramirez
You have
and
to
then
watch
Dahmer.
If you watch that one, you're good.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
But I feel like Evan Peters is always the highlight of these seasons. Like he became like such.
I do like
Shirley
Evan
and his
Peters
eyes.
a lot.
Oh, he has a nice ass for sure.
When-
And Emma Roberts is good as a bitch, and like she's quotable and gifable.
I love
But
Emma
other than
Roberts
that,
as
like she
Scream
plays the
Queens.
same.
I do love that she made like the guest appearance on this season. They killed her off without even
It
fucking
was
having
so
any
cool.
lines.
It
Like
was
they just
so
killed
cool.
her off.
But she was a bitch too.
Yeah.
Isn't
Like,
she a reporter?
Yeah,
Something like
but
that,
she
yeah.
gets killed on camera.
Fun.
Yeah.
She's like literally there for like 5 seconds.
And holding
she's
a dog.
dead.
It's so funny.
Cool. I like that. That's interesting.
I don't know. My favorites have to be either Penny Dreadful or Bates Motel. But Penny Dreadful only because it goes for the classic Gothic era monsters.
Mhm.
Like, Ava Green made that show. I don't know if you guys seen it. Am I the only one that's seen that?
I
Yeah.
saw like a few episodes and got bored.
They only had 3 seasons, but I think it was great to end it at 3.
Didn't get canceled?
It didn't.
They-
I don't know if it got
I
thought it
canceled,
got
but
canceled, too.
did it get canceled?
Yeah.
It must have been her acting.
But it had such a. But the thing is, like for the season 3 finale, it was like that was it for the story. Like they had a
Oh, like,
really
it was
good
all
ending
tied up.
for it.
Oh, they tied
It was
it
tied
up.
up.
Okay, so they got warning maybe.
I think they maybe got warning and like they tied it up, but it was the
That's
season.
good.
Like
I
the
like
third,
when a series is like it's gonna end, like canceled, but at least they got a heads up to finish the story.
You're right.
and that third season was great because it had Dracula introduced in it. It had that bitch that all the old gays like, Patty LuPone. I don't know.
Patty
you know
LuPone.
that?
Who
I
does
love
play?
Patty
She was great in that. In that she was
She's
like the
hilarious.
therapist trying to help Ava Green, but she was just like badass. Like it.
The old
Like a
gays.
bitch.
I was just gonna say that. Too.
What? What did you
It's
say?
actually the
No.
Broadway gays.
Okay, the Broadway gays. They know who that is. I didn't know.
I know who
I had a
she is.
Wikipedia. Sorry.
I know who she is because of
Oh.
Will and Grace.
See,
And
I
she's
even
on
had Wikipedia
Girls.
that.
Huh?
She was on Girls.
You had a Wikipedia Will and Grace?
I don't fucking watch this.
What?
shit.
What's wrong with you?
I've never seen it.
Remember.
I'm just as much of metalhead and butch as you are, if probably not more, because I work on my own fucking car and I've seen.
Bitch, I changed my own. I changed my tires too.
No, but
Triple
it's just
A.
a funny show. Not because it's gay, not because it's that. Like, and you like shade, they throw lots of shade
Lots
on
of
it.
shade.
Yeah.
There's drunken humor. You would love
Fucking
it.
just
You
watching
would
it
love
for Megan Mullally itself is worth
And
it.
just
Her
for
voice
gay
annoys me.
culture, but it's on purpose.
It's on purpose.
I
She
can't do
doesn't
it.
really
I can't
sound
do it.
like that.
I tried once.
Okay,
I think
okay,
I
you
tried
Jester's
try.
voice.
Not
I tried doing the
as
Lifetime reruns. I
Gay
can't do
card
it.
revoked.
Oh my god, that actually hurt my heart. Like, it
You
hurt
can
my
revoke it all
heart.
you want. I just don't watch it. I'm
Wow.
sorry. I can't.
Okay, I get it. Not everybody's cup
He's
of
a
tea.
butch homo.
We gotta respect that, but it's not even about being butch because my butch
Okay.
roommate watches it and
Back
laughs his
to
ass
it.
off.
So Penny Dreadful.
Penny Dreadful, yes, great show. I think that it should have been canceled, but
Okay.
3
But
seasons
you
is
need
good.
to tell me what it's because I saw 5 episodes and I
It's a
I did not
gothic.
get it.
It's a gothic classic like show. It's in the old era. They play upon the old monsters of the werewolf. Like Josh Hartnett's in it. He was great in it. If you love
Oh,
Josh
doesn't
Hartnett,
he
watch
kiss
it
a
for that.
boy or something?
Yes.
I liked it.
With what's his name? That guy who was like it's another classic novel where it's
Greg
like
Corrigan.
not Brent Corrigan. Like he never ages, but
Jake
in there,
Bass.
he's like
Oh, Dorian Gray.
Dorian Gray.
Benjamin Button.
Oh, he has such a great gay scene with him. Like it was so hot to watch. Like I fucking loved it. Dorian
Okay,
Gray's
sold.
in it. Yeah.
What's
It was
the
a
name of
good
the
show.
episode? What's
Let's just
season?
watch that.
Is that the season series
What season?
finale?
What episode?
That was
1
season,
minute?
That was season 1.
Oh, okay.
13
Early
seconds.
on.
But it was a good show. Very entertaining. Trust me. Like if you watch it, you'll like it.
They had to do
Like,
something.
it
It
was
was like I watched it. I did not like it.
I'll try.
You have to give it a chance.
I did 5 episodes.
5 episodes?
Same thing like with a lot of people told me they don't like Bates Motel. You
I
have
don't
to give it a
Bates
chance.
Motel.
I watched
The first season was okay.
I watched
and then
the first
it lost-
season, that was it.
The
lost
last season was the
everything.
best
Last
because it's
season was
like
the best?
they play upon his like mental issues, and it's like they kind of give that character more depth because it's just like what I didn't like was Rihanna.
See, I love Rihanna and I didn't
I
even
thought
see
it
it
was
for that.
different.
They kind of she didn't get enough. Like if they
Did she
want her
get-
as
did she
Marion,
get
they
good?
need to.
I think they fucked up the
She
story.
didn't get killed.
No,
She
it
didn't
was,
get killed?
What?
There was
Let
a
her go.
twist. There was
What?
a twist. There was a twist, which I didn't like the twist, but I got it.
Yeah.
They were trying to do something different, but it didn't work.
He let her
Girl,
go.
I'll stick to the
Because
movie.
it's like-
you
girl.
were just expecting it.
I'm sticking
they-
to the psycho movies.
Do you want to know what happened?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
The boyfriend got killed in the shower.
Yes, and I actually kind of liked it. I was mad
Like,
at first. but,
He
yeah.
told her. I only saw the last episode because of
Yeah.
Rihanna. He tells her to like go and like take the money or whatever, and then the boyfriend comes to the shower, and the shower scene happens. But as the boyfriend is not married.
So they flipped the script on it.
So are they
yeah.
trying to say that Norman's gay then?
No, he
not at
was
all.
in love with Rihanna.
Oh,
That's why he let her go.
Let her go.
He's a transvestite.
Oh yeah,
not
he was
just
a
a sweet
transvestite. He would go to
transvestite.
like it was crazy. I didn't like it because of the time thingy. It was like they were wearing 60s clothes
Yeah.
but with iPhones.
Yeah.
And I didn't like. I was like, it lost me, and then annoyed me, so I stopped watching. But the performances were amazing.
No, because
I
like
liked
him
the
and
first
Vera
season.
were great together.
He's so good.
And like even after she was killed, like it's just her ghost was like it was
Wait, she
perfect.
dies?
Yeah, in the third
yeah,
season.
but
Or
there's
the
a whole
third
season.
Guys.
There's a whole season
Fourth
where she's
season?
a ghost and like she's still
Fuck.
there.
Yeah, the whole last season is like she's a ghost and it's in his mind.
I saw the first season, I just never continued.
Yeah, I
I
didn't.
don't
I
had
think
great
it gets
chemistry
better
together.
after the first season. Does it?
Yeah, it's
Because the
better.
first season I didn't like, but the few episodes after that I did.
To me,
see,
the
I-
last season's the best, just
Okay,
because he's
cool.
fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, he's
Like he's
fucking
alone.
batshit.
She's in his mind, and she's just like she's
What happened to his
the
brother?
mother. The what?
Oh, they live happily ever after.
His brother lives?
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
with that freaking hemophiliac chick.
the brother, right? From My Soul to Take?
Yeah.
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 Mm, happy ending for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they need to not remake horror movies as horror TV shows. That's when they start doing things and it completely changes everything. Like Hannibal,
You ever
the
watched it?
first season was okay. Anything after that started going downhill.
Another one that was style over substance. Like it was
Hannibal?
beautifully
yeah,
shot,
it was
and they had,
beautifully shot.
if you were high,
If you're
you
a
would just
fan of
look at it.
cinematography, definitely something to watch.
Oh, yeah, some
But
of the
the
kills were good.
storyline was like,
It was hard to follow.
Like you're so used to seeing Hannibal as Anthony Hopkins and the way that he's
Oh, no, I
portrayed
think he did
and the
something.
type of person that he is, that doesn't read over into the show at all.
It was definitely a different Hannibal, but I like what he did with it.
Other than the cannibalism,
He was very demure and very
But
like.
that's
But isn't
But
that what
it's
the
like-
character is?
Well, no, because Anthony Hopkins was very like, you know, like he very like that, and
But
this
it's
guy in
like he
the
had
show
a-
was very composed and very like not like that. But I can understand because Anthony Hopkins was already like in jail and secluded.
well, but he
so
also
maybe
had a
lost it
charm
a
about
little.
him when they do flashbacks about him, like before he was arrested.
I think-
he has a charm about him that doesn't make you feel like he's that type of person.
He was too
Whereas-
creepy.
Yeah, but the
Who?
like the
Anthony or the
no,
show?
the show.
one? Okay.
yeah,
The show was too
he
creepy.
like you can clearly tell there's like he's
Something
not,
wrong with
he's
him.
not somebody that everybody can just be like, oh yeah, that's gonna be my friend.
Right. I
Whereas
agree
Anthony
with that.
Hopkins
Okay, I can see that.
has
Yeah,
that
for
way
sure.
of like that personality where like you kind of want to get to know him,
True.
you wanna hang
That
around
is
him,
so true. That's
which is
such a
why
way to
you
put it.
end up becoming his victim in the end.
Such
Yeah,
a good way to
agreed
put
with
it.
that.
Yes, for
yeah,
sure.
absolutely. He was just too stoic and too like no emotion.
Control.
Exactly, because look at all the time that Clarice Starling spent with him when she's like in Silence of the Lambs and they're going over everything. Like he's making it very obvious that he wants to fucking do shit to her, and she just keeps fucking coming back and visiting him.
Yes.
Nobody would do that
Yes.
in the TV show.
Magnetic.
He's also behind the glass, but okay. Yeah. I get it. No, you're right. 100%. It was, but stylistically, it was really a beautiful show, and I think that's what.
Okay, you guys heard how TNT and M. Night Shyamalan are going to bring back Tales from the Crypt?
I thought they got canceled.
Yeah,
right?
it fell through. Why do you think that can get revived for the modern? If that
I don't
was
think
so,
they need to revive it.
So we're glad it sort of fell through. Like they couldn't.
Yeah. I feel like if they brought it back, it just would have been too stylistically silly.
I know M. Night said there was not going to be no creeper, no crypt.
Well,
No
that's
crypt. I think-
already the
The
downside.
downfall,
Like,
downfall,
you can't
yeah.
have Tales from the Crypt
without
without
the creep there,
Keeper.
for
Yeah.
sure, 100%.
Even the fucking comics, the comics themselves from the 50s had 3 horror hosts in the title of.
I think he
Tales
should
from
have been the killer in every episode.
That would have been fun.
Did you watch the Wolf Creek series?
I started the first episode and
And you couldn't. It was. boring?
it was boring. I kind of just gave up.
I like.
I couldn't find it
movies,
online.
and then it went directly. To,
The only one that's really successful is Walking Dead, but I don't know why.
I don't care for
But,
it. I saw the
but they're
first
making a
season.
second season of Wolf Creek. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they
I
just
didn't watch
announced
it.
it. Sorry.
Oh.
Walking Dead. Yes, I like Walking Dead.
Supposedly, there's
Yeah.
enough writing material for Jeepers Creepers to be a TV series now.
I don't think so.
doubt
Oh my
I
god,
don't-
if they had a problem with the fucking movie, it'll
Yeah,
never
now a
become
show
TV
will
Never,
never get made.
never.
Unless Netflix, unless the Weinstein Company maybe.
Brian Singer's gonna put money into it.
Brian Singer will buy that shit.
Someone told me about a TV show called Slasher. Do you guys
Oh,
know?
I
okay,
watched
yeah.
it. It was pretty decent.
First 3 episodes were
The
good.
first season
Yeah.
was the only season I saw. I didn't finish it.
They're having the second season straight to Netflix now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know it was on,
This-
it was on
this-
Chiller.
this-
It was on Chiller.
This month.
Okay.
Oh.
I
was
thought
on
the
Chiller.
killer was pretty intimidating.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
like
cool,
a,
and it was
was it like a
different.
guillotine type of killer? And,
Like a fucking Silent Hill type
Yeah.
shit.
Ooh, fun.
It was-
I
it's
want
a
to watch
pretty
it
cool
then.
It was
Kills.
fun. The first three episodes are really cool, and they work on their
remember he
own.
poisons the gay.
Yes, I was
Yeah,
gonna go to.
and
They
the
have
guy
like
in
a
the
really
snake pit.
prominent gay character, and there's like he's kind of like a dick, and he gets his, but then he, like, it's cool.
Fun. Okay. I want to see that. I should check it out.
Slasher was.
Did you guys watch the Scream?
We'll
TV
see what
series?
Oh my
see.
god, you guys!
You don't watch the Scream
Oh.
TV series?
No, we'll talk about that. I'll talk about mine later.
Dude,
No.
okay,
We'll talk
Scream
about
first.
Scream. Because, yeah.
Scream TV series? No one watched it? Yeah,
I
watched
did.
it.
I
I
did.
watched
What are your
every
thoughts?
season.
Season
No,
2
you didn't
was
give it
better.
the time of day, huh? Are you gonna watch it since
you
they're
know
bringing
what?
back the original mask?
No.
No?
I feel like
Because I feel like it's
I-
gonna be like Scream Queens.
Well, I mean,
but
this is. You didn't like Scream Queens? I like Scream. I love Scream Queens.
the camp was too much for me.
No,
I
but
love
we're talking
the
about the
camp.
Scream TV series.
Well, I'm gonna talk to Scream Queens right after because
Yes.
I actually like.
Let's talk about Scream TV series.
Yeah. Who's
Give it.
I've never. I was not a fan of the original Scream TV series. It was not for me. No, the storyline was not good. The mask was terrible.
Little face.
It completely had nothing to do with
Brandon
Scream as a franchise
Yeah.
itself. I am also not a fan of Queen Latifah generally, but after hearing that she wants to bring the original mask from the movies back to the show,
She's only producing this season though. She wasn't a producer.
but that's
on the
fine
others.
because
Okay.
she's I am a little confident now that after with the mask thing that she might actually do a good job.
The
and
mask
we might
alone helps.
actually get something that will actually resemble what the movies portrays.
Spoiler: Tyga's the killer.
Who?
Tiger's
Tyga.
the killer.
Tyga.
I think
gets his
for
ass
the
cut
casting,
up.
that's why I can't.
Do you
I
want
was
to say
just,
something about it?
I was gonna say I loved season 2 of Scream.
I didn't watch it. I only saw the first season.
I thought season 2 was definitely the
I heard
most
season 2
developed.
had better deaths.
Yes, and it was watching it did not feel like a Screams at all.
No.
And I went in knowing that, and I guess I kind of just enjoyed myself with the characters that we were introduced to and the way that they grew with each other and the connections. And I thought Brooke was fucking amazing. She's my favorite thing about the entire show.
Brooke is the friend, right?
Final
She's the
yeah, she was
blonde,
my
she's the
favorite one
blonde
too.
girl.
Oh yeah,
She's
I
funny.
loved her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
Quirky.
bitchy, she's funny, she has a really great
Smart.
Carrie moment.
Yeah.
Like blood just falls
From her
on her,
boyfriend?
her boyfriend.
She was like the gal because she was smart but bitchy, but like she wasn't a
Yeah.
victim either.
Right.
Like, you know what
she
I mean?
was not a victim.
No,
She
hell no.
definitely
I think she
fought.
was definitely the gal.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
she was the fan favorite.
Yeah, season 2 is worth watching.
Because you saw the first one and you saw that it wasn't what you thought, but you kind of invested in the characters.
Right.
I feel the exact same
Yeah.
way. I enjoyed the second season better.
Yeah,
Did you see the special after that?
The Halloween
I
special?
did. I did not like that.
It was very forgettable. I feel.
It was like it was too like
Rushed.
It was rushed. It was they probably knew that they weren't going to come back for another season, so they did that to tie up certain
Yeah.
things,
But
and they
it's-
kind of just did it up the ass.
Yeah.
Is MTV still keeping it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's only gonna be a six episodes.
Six
I think that's definitely part of the downfall of the show is MTV.
MTV.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
I feel like if it was on a regular network or a cable network, it would have done
I don't
way
know, it has
better.
to do with the
and
writing.
they probably
It
would have
doesn't have
had
to
way
do with the
better
network.
writers involved and like more of a serious take on it instead of
You think
doing
it would
It
have been
was
better?
serious.
You
It
think it
was-
would have been better?
I
if
feel
was
like it was more geared to like that generation of like high school type kids that still watch MTV. Nobody in our generation really watches MTV for its TV.
Yeah.
Would you think it
For
would have been
their
better
shows.
on, let's say, Chiller or FearNet
Maybe.
or
Yeah.
Netflix.
Internet doesn't even
Netflix.
exist.
Oh, if
anymore.
Netflix had
RIP.
picked it up, it would have
FearNet
probably
doesn't
turned
exist
out to be
anymore,
an
huh?
amazing series,
yeah.
and they probably would end up having like 10 seasons.
It's definitely a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
There was no cameos. I would have thought, like, first of all, bring back the mask, first of all. Second of all, make a cameo each episode and they get killed each episode. Like, each recurrent star, like, gets killed in an episode while still having the high school kids be in the middle of the stuff.
Probably don't
Like, it's
spend that
just,
much money.
there's so much thing that they could have done that they didn't do any of. No, like, homage even to the
Nothing.
movies. Like,
Yeah,
it was
nothing.
a total disconnect from the movies, and that's what set off the fans that did not keep watching.
They were riding the coattails of Scream
Yeah,
4
yeah.
coming out, so they just wanted to use the name thinking that it would make them a lot of money.
But to give them credit, like, they did write some cool
Yeah.
characters, and that's why people saw season 2 and made season 2 a little bit better because
Right.
people like kind of warmed up to those characters. But then they fucking failed at
And
ending them.
Nothing.
No-
There's nothing.
nothing.
Nothing after
Lackluster
this.
as fuck.
Very much so.
George,
Disappointing.
did you see it?
I didn't see it. No, but you know what? I think I watched like maybe 10 minutes of the first episode and then I stopped.
when Bella Thorne dies.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
First of all,
it.
Bella Thorne.
But it's just because of the mask. I think like even seeing that, I was just like, okay, they're not gonna do it justice. Why?
We
even
got it
bother?
from the sex shop around the corner.
Yeah, like Scream Queens. I saw 2 episodes at least. But
What
that
did you
even-
think?
That was
campy?
okay. It was a little bit campy because it was just because like, it was Ryan Murphy and it's Emma Roberts. I felt like he's fucking trying to do Coven like again, but just more like catered to.
I loved it.
wouldn't
Alright, I
say
love
that.
Scream Queens. I mean, yeah, I don't care for Ryan Murphy's shit. I think that's why I never watched none of his stuff. But I think I was just hyped because Jamie Lee was doing something
Yeah.
finally.
Uh-huh.
Horror related.
Horror related. You had Emma Roberts in there, who I actually like. I know everyone fucking hates her. But,
And Billy Lord, who's fucking
Oh, I
amazing.
love
Oh, that
Billy
was
Lord.
such a good surprise. Like, I
Yeah.
think everybody fell in love with
Billy Lord was amazing. And Brie, Abigail. I like
Abigail
Abigail.
Brown.
Abigail. Niecy Nash.
Nishi Nash.
And Ariana Grande
Oh,
was
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, she was.
She's
I love
tweeting her
Ariana.
death. That was fucking funny. And I like Nick Jonas. I want to fuck.
Nick-
Playing
I
gay
can't stand
again.
the bitch from Glee. Like, I can't stand the bitch from
Oh,
Glee.
Leah
Leah
Michelle,
Michelle.
or
I fucking
that
hate her.
the main girl, the main Skylar.
Oh,
something.
that final
Oh, what
girl?
a bad actress.
That
Kiki
final
Palmer
girl?
was girl.
I love
good.
Kiki Palmer.
Yeah.
The first season
Niecy
was really
Nash.
good.
Niecy
I
Nash.
liked the Red Devil.
Chantel.
I
Niece
liked the Red Devil.
Hempfield.
I feel the second season was sort of like
Chantel, why you got a knife
everywhere.
in
It
your
was a little
throat?
slow, a little boring, a little rushed.
I didn't.
Second season was bad.
Yeah, second season was bad. First season was a lot better.
That's why I got canceled.
Way
No.
better.
I try to like it, okay, because of
Better
James.
job.
That's what
I
happens
didn't
when you
watch.
spread
I didn't
yourself
watch
too
season
thin.
two.
Another
Ryan
missed
Murphy
opportunity
does too
because I
much.
think that it should have been like American Horror Story, which like first season was that in the campus, and then next season could have been a different cast or the same cast in different roles in different settings. Maybe make it just listen.
They
to
basically kept the same storyline,
yeah,
but
like, moved
set
it to
in
a
different
setting,
place.
and it didn't
yeah.
make sense because now she owns a hospital. Okay, you were just a teacher, now you own a
Right.
hospital.
Right.
No,
And
it
these
was
girls
just
got
like
away with murder.
yeah. They should have upped the horror, kept it comical because they did really good in their roles.
Yeah.
But just be a little more like horrific.
Absolutely. Did you guys remember Holliston?
Yes, I love Holliston.
Holliston's a good. Oh my!
I wish
you
we got
need to
a-
watch it.
I know what is that Adam Green?
Yes,
Green, yeah.
it's really good.
It's a sitcom horror show, and it's great because each episode is like 40 to 50 minutes long.
Yeah, the first season's like 6 episodes, like 45 minutes long. The
Yeah.
second season's like 12 episodes, and they're like 20 minutes long.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
I'll try. I know it has a lot of following. I've seen
It
that.
has like
It
Danielle
does.
Harris, Seth Green, Kane Hodder,
Yeah.
a lot of horror actors in it.
Cool.
And lots of just horror nudges and winks and like
Bill Moseley.
innuendo, yeah, stuff like that. So
Have
it's
you seen it?
really fun.
I never seen Hollister. No.
You too.
Holliston, Holliston.
I'll let you borrow it.
Whatever it's called, I never seen it.
Alright.
You'll love it.
Hollister.
Has a lot of heart.
It does. There were a few moments where like you get sentimental and like you,
Like the Christmas special always
Yes,
gets me.
That was so good.
I want to know what you're talking about.
And you
Because
I wanna
the
see it.
characters.
Because he
I
gets
know.
feelings for his ex-girlfriend again, and he gets, because the first movie they saw together was Halloween 5 in the cinema. And she gets him a Blu-ray player and Halloween 5 on Blu-ray. And he gets her the guitar because she's an
Goals.
aspiring singer.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I don't love you anymore. And she leaves.
Yes.
It was
it's
so
so
fucking
good.
depressing.
Spoiler
So
alert.
sad. Look at the bitch
She's
give
3
her
years,
your
4 years old.
I mean, even the season finale for that was
Oh.
kind of hard hitting because nothing ever came about it, so you never get to see what happens afterwards.
Yeah,
So
and
it's kinda
since
bummer.
the singer of War was on the show and he died, and they haven't never done a season 3 or anything.
Yeah.
They did like a comic book after, but with
Right.
the characters, but that was it.
Come on, Adam Green.
Come on, Adam Green, you're my idol.
Finish your
wanna
fucking
mention
Victor
any
Crowley.
show?
Shh, I want to see Victor Crowley.
That was
Could've-
it. I mentioned my favorite shows. I mean, like,
You've
I said so weird. I
So,
mean,
yeah.
As to, and, I mean,
Anything we've
and
forgotten?
Harper's Island. What else?
what are our hopes for horror?
Yeah,
I
I was
wanna-
gonna ask.
yeah.
Now that we're living in the day of like Netflix, and Netflix is coming out with their own original content, and so is Hulu, and all these streaming services, and it seems that a lot of them are horror based in some way. What do you guys feel is going to happen with the horror on TV coming in the recent years?
I feel it will run its course and it's gonna burn out eventually.
I
feel.
was just thinking that. I don't want it to burn out.
I
That's what
know,
don't
but it's
want.
gonna happen. I mean,
They're overdoing
everything. It's just money now. There's no thought into it, and a lot of these things are already gone. Penny Dreadful's gone. Scream Queens. I'm gonna say Scream's gonna be gone after that. Season 3 is only 6 episodes. Walking Dead. I'm sorry, I don't get it. I watched the first season. I never got attached.
I just want to
over
say
it.
about Walking
Walking
Dead that
Dead
it
is-
has good seasons and it has bad seasons.
Yeah.
Like you'll go
American
into
Horror-
a season and it's really good, and then the next season is really bad, and then it gets really good, and then it gets really
American
'Cause it's that
Horror
story
Story.
based,
Yeah.
like
I
it's-
feel American Horror Story is
yeah.
gonna come to an end too. Because I mean, it's already going to politics.
bad. Yeah.
If you're going
It
to
should.
politics,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I-
Yeah, if
run
you have
out
to do
ideas.
things nowadays, then you're already running out of things.
You're good to go.
it's time. It's time to bury the fucking hatchet in the head, guys.
Nice. I do have to say that I will be sad when American Horror Story ends because it's been on for so long,
Yeah.
and there's just this. I don't know. There's just
It needs a break, maybe.
I think it needs a break.
Either
and come
or.
back and make something fresh.
But there's just
Maybe
this
he
nostalgic
needs to
feeling.
leave it.
Yeah,
and
he's
give it to
overdone.
somebody
He's
else.
overplayed now.
Because he does too many things at once, anyways. Like
Yeah,
he'll
like
do
Ridley
8
Scott. Give up the
shows
Alien franchise.
for one season, and then like
Or
where are
end
you
it and go
sleeping?
back to Murder House. Like, that'll be the final season. Go back to Murder House where it all started.
I'm excited to see the Gianni Versace thing though that he's doing.
His crime
Yeah,
the
stuff.
crime,
assassination.
yeah.
the
His
crime
crime
thing.
stuff has been pretty pretty okay.
Well, there was only one season.
Gal
Yeah,
Gadot
It was
played
alright.
Donatella Versace.
Even though I have Sarah fucking crying Paulson.
Yeah,
She cries in everything, huh?
Jesus Christ! Every episode I see her, she's either smoking or crying or both.
Just give her the fucking Emmy so she'll stop.
She did get
She
an
already got an
Emmy.
She got a Globe
Stop.
and an Emmy. Like she's good.
Girlfriend's
I just
got
gotta
her
give a
awards.
shout out. I love witches, and I think I'm a witch in a past life. So I've been watching Salem, which is on Netflix. I saw the last episode yesterday. It's a good show. Has ups and downs, but if you like witches, you'll enjoy it.
Manson was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Who?
Manson was in it.
Who?
Marilyn
Marilyn.
Manson.
Oh, what did he say?
Manson.
Oh,
Manson was in
I
it.
did not hear that either.
I thought a Manton, a Manton.
I know what you're talking about,
Yeah. Okay, that was all.
What would you guys like to see become a TV show?
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
I'm enjoying. Sorry, Channel Zero has been giving me creepy shit.
Yeah.
Even though I'm starting to feel the style over substance coming, because it is a lot of like flashy shit, and I'm like, it loses me because it's so flashy.
Well, creepypastas are like that, though.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
they-
true. That is true that they're flashy, but
Yeah.
I have hopes because of our generation again that we're such fans and so passionate about it that maybe someone in our genre or in our realm can do something interesting. A slasher, a fucking
I would love a
slasher
slasher
show.
series.
Yeah.
That's
As
not
long
They
as-
have one.
I
It's
just
called
feel. I just
Slasher.
feel.
Yeah, Harper's Island was. If Harper's Island was again this year, like it would
It's a
do so
great
good.
slasher.
I feel.
That's a great slasher.
Sorry,
No, it's okay.
I keep.
I just feel
Tequila.
they shouldn't try to rehabilitate anything from the past because it's gonna fall flat.
Yeah.
Like we said, Tales from the Crypt. They try to revitalize that.
Right.
Crashed. It's sort of like the universe, Dark Universe. That shit's. Bro, you heard that Bride of Frankenstein they shut down.
They're not
filming.
gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, they shut down
They
the
shut
film.
I thought they wanted Gal Gadot to do it.
No, they were filming and they shut it.
You know who I would have liked in that? Rose McGowan.
Stop! No one wants her.
I see
The
her as a
face is-
bride.
Yeah,
I
I'm
see
kinda
her as
over
a
her,
bride.
but-
Her attitude
I
now is
think
just
Rose
killed it.
McGowan's done in Hollywood.
I think so too. She did that to herself.
After that
much as I
windshield
love
went through
her.
her head.
Yeah, love her.
Love her.
She could have stopped it at a point and it would have been
As
fine.
soon as
but
I
she
seen
just
her shave
kept
her head, I
going.
knew it was over.
This Sinead
When she
O'Connor.
did the Sinead O'Connor thing, I was like, oh, this bitch is done.
She Britney'd the
Put your
the
hands on
whole
me.
for like forever.
Yeah.
I mean, she has a good reason why she's done with
I
Hollywood.
get it.
Yeah.
But she could have been professional and be like, okay, now next time that I try to get a job, I'm not gonna let this happen. Not go against the whole fucking
Yes.
industry.
Blacklisted.
Yes.
And then look stupid because I was telling Ellen this morning, she made her money out of this over sexualized roles. That's what she owes her fucking career to. And now she's speaking against it. Like, why now?
She's like,
I
fine,
get
fine.
it. I understand. You're fucking tired of it. You went through hell. I'm sorry. It's Hollywood. That's what happens.
And she fed into it
And
herself
you fed into it.
by being that type of person
Exactly.
to begin with.
Alan was mentioning what she wore to the VMAs with Marilyn Manson. Nobody made her wear that dress. She over sexualized herself.
Well, didn't she say in a quote that she wore it because she knew no other bitch would ever like copy her or anything like that, or have the balls to do what she did?
I mean, that's
and
still,
that's fine, but you
yeah.
can't do that and then wonder why you're being over sexualized
Exactly.
for movie roles
Exactly.
that are that type of
Damn it,
character.
Cherry.
People say hi, I'd be like, she's gonna be like, you assume my gender?
I love Rose McGowan though.
But I do want to meet you at a convention.
I
Monster
think,
Palooza 10-year anniversary come through.
I think if Robert Rodriguez came back and did like a horror TV show, it'd be great.
Oh,
I'm sorry, but everyone's tried watching From Dusk Till Dawn.
How is that?
But he's not
I saw
involved
one season,
in
it was alright.
Yeah.
It was alright.
But I
I
thought he's
forgot
not
about that.
involved in it.
He
He
is.
was.
It's on his
He is.
network.
It's on
Al
his
Ray.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which I don't
You know who I
watched
think
it.
would do a great horror TV show is Guillermo del Toro. Because he has enough like
What- he was doing
monster
something-
elements.
something.
Was he doing a TV show?
He has
a movie coming out.
He does have a new movie coming out, yeah.
Oh yeah, the water or something.
The water thing, which is like Creature from the Black Lagoon.
It looks really cool.
It does
It
look
does.
cool. I'll watch
All
it.
his movies look
Yeah.
amazing.
Except for Crimson Peak.
I
liked Crimson Peak.
I haven't seen
I
it. I was
saw
gonna
it.
ask what Robert Rodriguez's latest work has been. Good work.
Spy Kids 4.
I don't fucking know, to be honest. Like, I haven't seen
I haven't.
shit
I
from
don't
him.
remember.
I think that was his last
anything.
movie, was-
Planet Terror.
Oh, like good one.
I know he's done the
Planet
From Dusk Till
Terror
Dawn
was the last
series,
good one.
but even that was kind of like, I was bored.
I like his network though. I like that he was likes the genre and gives us like marathons and stuff.
Alex is the Nightmare on
But
Ocean
get
marathon.
back to work, Robert.
Give me a faculty 2. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yes.
No,
Retribution.
Just give us a faculty with special features and fucking documentary.
A faculty show
With my baby
set in
Josh
high
and Elijah
school.
Wood.
Faculty show set in high school with aliens taking over little by little.
And Elijah Wood's
X-Files
principal.
type shit.
Elijah was the principal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, we'll take Elijah Wood.
I'll take the twink with the yardstick.
Jordana Brewster as the teacher, and Famke Johnson can come back. I love Famke.
George is getting a little pissy.
I'm not getting pissed.
You
Love
didn't
Pissy.
mention Ash versus Evil Dead.
Oh,
You
shit!
a
That
fake
was
fan,
one thing.
bitch.
Okay, it was nice talking to you guys.
Bye.
Thank you for no.
Say your piece.
Oh, I thought we were actually ending it.
Shit. Oh my god.
No.
I have a bad time.
What more can we say? Like,
Talk about
Do you want to talk about Ash versus
I mean, that's
Evil Dead?
definitely one of the characters from a movie who's been able to do a TV show, and it's completely different than like standard things that he's been used to doing. And
I mean, if you want
It's
Evil
great.
Dead 2, the movie, into a show, that's pretty much it.
But is it good? Is it worth watching?
I haven't
started.
the first season.
I haven't
honestly,
started.
I
Have you
think
bothered
it's better
too long?
than watching The Evil Dead 2.
You really? I was never a fan of the Evil Dead sequels. Ever.
The remake.
Because
Except
it's
for the
not
remake.
like it's they let you know it's a comedy, like it's supposed to be
I was
comedic
over
and
it.
funny, whereas like Evil Dead 2 you're being sold a horror movie, but it's not a horror movie, and it's like all
Yeah.
comedy and hokey and like bullshit.
The
But
remake
the
is
TV
up
show
with
is
that.
real good.
Yeah.
No, the show's
Isn't
good.
his daughter going to be in season 3? Or
Yeah, and they finally announced it. It's going to be in
Mia.
February. Like,
Imagine.
it was supposed to come out
No,
this
I
fall,
wish.
but
Push back.
they got pushed back. I don't know why, but
Showtime was like, I don't got enough money.
stars. But yeah,
Oh.
Stars, that's right.
I don't even have
Even though it
stars. I
existed.
torrent, but
Oh,
don't tell nobody.
fake ass me.
He's
So
dedicated.
do we have anything else to say about horror television, my boys?
Do we have? How about future topics? Maybe you should give fans should give ideas for future.
Yeah,
topics.
tell us what you guys want to hear us
Yeah.
talk
I
about.
would love to
Give us
hear
ideas.
some
What do you want to
suggestions.
discuss?
To hear our thoughts on things.
Even movies for us to watch.
Absolutely.
Like
Great live feeds.
Ooh, yes.
worst horror films that we like to binge watch, guilty pleasures. I don't know, horror soundtracks.
Best sex scenes in horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
Our first gay
Your
crush.
tits are stupendous.
Best tits in horror.
That's
That'd be
actually a
good.
real good one. I could talk about.
I know.
that
I have a
all
lot of
day
tits I've
long.
seen in horror.
I like tits.
Any news that we need to talk about?
Yeah, guys.
Oh, news. What do you?
Our
anything?
giveaway.
Definitely stay tuned.
Oh my
to our
God,
channel
yes.
on YouTube, because we're going to be doing a lot more content and
You guys-
fun things for you guys.
Well, our giveaway. You guys have to watch out for our giveaway because I think we're gonna do it by the end of the month,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
we're gonna
probably.
announce it on the 30th. We're gonna set you guys up with some goodies and stuff like
The
that.
Boys,
so.
Booze, and Blood official mystery box.
Yeah.
And make sure to watch our live feed on the 30th, because we'll be in costume to celebrate Halloween.
We'll be watching Trick or Treat.
Trick or treat. It'll be exciting.
All right, guys. Anything else?
No, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watch
Okay,
Better.
thanks. Bye.
This
Thank you
is
guys.
Boys, Booze, and Blood.
Bye.
Bye.